Okay. Streaming live
Hello.
is on now.
Is it hot now?
Yes.
Yes. Please hold on for me.
You okay? You don't know if somebody might be there.
Can you all see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Kolawole Oduremi, and I'm excited to be here to talk about this topic that's transforming businesses across the globe, which is enabling digital transformation with cloud. Whether you are new to cloud computing or you are looking to deepen your understanding, I believe this session will give you a solid foundation on how cloud computing is driving digital transformation. So what exactly is digital transformation? I want this session to be somehow a bit interactive. Can somebody tell us what digital transformation is? Just anything, just tell me something about it. Whatever you know, whatever idea you have about it. You can drop it in the chat, or you can just unmute yourself and speak. Anyone? Are you with me? Can you hear me? I need to be sure that everybody can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay.
I can say it is the ability to transform data from one form to the next to get value to enhance business processes.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Simply put, it's the integration of digital technology into all areas of business. I mean, this doesn't just change how a business operates. It fundamentally alters how it delivers value to customers. Digital transformation is more than just upgrading your technology. It's about rethinking how you operate, how you engage with customers, and how you create value. Why is this important? Well, in today's rapidly changing business environment, staying competitive is it means adapting to new technologies and changing customer experience expectations. Yes, from small startups to large enterprises, everyone is feeling like the pressure to. We are all feeling the pressure to innovate and evolve, and that's where cloud computing comes in because of the ever-changing technology. Now, let's define what cloud computing is. As I believe some of us here, we already know what cloud computing is. Just to buttress the point, cloud computing is the delivery of computing services, everything from the servers and storages to databases, networking, software, and all sorts of things like that. Well, when you deliver them over the internet, or you can say the cloud, because the internet is referred to as cloud. There are different types of cloud computing. We have the public cloud, the private cloud, and the hybrid cloud. The public cloud is where services are delivered over the public internet and shared across multiple organizations. Why private cloud is when services are maintained on a private network exclusively for one organization. Like they don't want to share it with others. They just want it to be for them only. The organization just want that service or that facility to be for them only. Where hybrid cloud is a mix of both the public and the private clouds, allowing data and application to be shared between them. But then in terms of service models, we have infrastructure as a service, IaaS, which is providing basic computing infrastructure. IaaS, it provides virtualized computing resources over the internet. We can think of this like the likes of AWS, Google Cloud, and all that provides infrastructure services to those that need it. Then we have platform as a service, which offers hardware and software tools over the internet. It provides a platform allowing customers to develop, run, and manage application without dealing with the underlying infrastructure. An example of that is the Salesforce platform. In this instance, you don't need to own the infrastructure. You just want to use the platform to do whatever you want to do. So the provider has already hosted. I mean, they already have that platform ready for you. You just go there and make use of their platform to do what you want to do. The third one is software as a service. This is when a software application is delivered over the internet on a subscription basis. You subscribe to the service, then you get access to it over the internet. An example of this is the Google Workspace, like the Google Doc, Google, and all other Google this thing. Then we have a Microsoft 365, which is also online. These are softwares that you get to use over the internet. And understanding these basics will help us see how cloud computing can enable digital transformation. So how exactly does cloud computing drive digital transformation? Let's explore some of the key benefits of cloud computing in digital transformation. Number one is scalability. I mean, one of the biggest advantages is the ability to easily scale resources up and down based on your needs, on your business needs. Whether you are handling a surge in demand or cutting back during slow periods, the surge period can be maybe something like during Black Friday, whereby a lot of people come to your application, to your website to make orders, to search for goods and all that. I mean, During this period, there is surge. So one of the benefits of cloud computing is that it can scale easily. It can easily scale. Cloud computing allows you to adjust without the need for significant upfront investment. Another one to check is cost efficiency. Traditional IT infrastructure actually requires significant capital expenditure. You are going to, if you want to go through the traditional route, it means you are going to need to set up a server, a data center. You are going to need to buy servers, and these things are quite expensive. They're quite expensive. So buying servers, maintaining hardware, they are quite expensive. But with cloud computing, you only pay for what you use. So it's transforming capital expenditure into operational expenditure instead. Another thing we need to look at is agility and flexibility. Cloud computing enables businesses to deploy resources quickly. So it's helping them to respond faster to market changes and opportunities. This agility is so key to staying competitive in a fast-paced digital world. Then we look at innovation enablement. Cloud provides access to cutting-edge technology and tools and services that can drive innovation. Whether it's AI, we all know this is we are now in the AI generation. Machine learning, big data analytics. The cloud makes it easier for businesses to experiment and innovate. Or collaboration on mobility. With cloud-based tools, teams can collaborate more effectively from anywhere in the world. You can collaborate remotely. This is especially important in today's remote and hybrid work environment. I know most of us we work remotely, and we have used one tools or the other in order to collaborate with our co-workers or people we are running projects with. So now let's take a look at how different industries are leveraging cloud computing to drive digital transformation. In retailers are using cloud computing to enhance customer experiences with personalized recommendation and efficient inventory management. For example, if you go to Jumia, for example, if you have been searching a particular product, you just notice that it will start bringing suggestion of other products that are in that category. It will even surprise you that when you go to your social media and you are just going through your social media and you start seeing suggestion of products like that. That is because of they use some tools to make these suggestions for you. So another one is healthcare. In healthcare, cloud computing enables the management of electronic health records and support telemedicine platform that provides secure and efficient patient care. I mean, if you remember during the era of COVID-19 pandemic, remote patient care became very important. It became a necessity that they had to, cloud computing enabled this to happen seamlessly. We can also look at finance. The financial industries, they make use of
please, Elizabeth, can you mute yourself?
Okay, I just muted. the financial industry, they make use of cloud computing for everything from fraud detection to secure our transactions, and they use it. They also make use of it to do financial analytics. Cloud-based solution allows banks to process transactions faster and more securely. So you don't need to go nowadays. You don't need to go and queue in the bank to do. I think most of the things they do in the physical bank that you can actually do them from the comfort of your home. You can just go through their app. You can report whatever you want to record. You can make inquiry and do whatever you want to do right from there. Then let's take a look at the manufacturing. Manufacturers are integrating IoT devices with cloud platform to optimize supply chains and predictive maintenance. This reduces downtime and increases efficiency. So they get to roll out their products faster than it used to be. Let's look at education. Some of us who must have done some training online by one way or the other. Educational institutions are adopting cloud-based platforms for online learning, allowing students and teachers to collaborate in real time, regardless of the location that they are. Yeah, here are a few success stories that illustrate the power of cloud computing. Let's take a look at Netflix. I know we all know what Netflix is. That's where we go and watch our movies and others. Netflix has transformed how we consume media. I mean, thanks to its extensive use of cloud computing. By moving to the cloud, Netflix can handle a large amount of data and provide personalized streaming experiences to millions of users worldwide. When I open my Netflix, sometimes I get suggestion of us because I have watched a particular movie. They are suggesting this, that I'm going to like it. I mean, this is cloud computing at work. They are tracking, tracing what the kind of movies you like and all that. Sometimes they even bring out a poll after a movie. They ask you, do you like this? You say, the moment you say you like it, that means they can suggest more of it. Let's take a look at Airbnb. Airbnb's global success is in part due to its use of cloud infrastructure, which allow it to scale its operation to accommodate millions of hosts and guests using its platform. I mean, a lot of people, millions of people make use of Airbnb. So whenever the demand is high, their infrastructure scales to allow the traffic so that there will be no downtime. Then let's take a look at Spotify. Spotify is where we stream our music. I'm sure all of us know Spotify. Spotify uses cloud computing to manage and analyze massive amounts of data. They deliver personalized music recommendation to user and streaming music seamlessly. If you have opened your Spotify, for those that like listening to music, I'm sure if you have listened to a particular track, it's going to suggest another one, or if you even put it on continuous play, you start playing the music that are in that genre, and you continue to enjoy it. If you are considering, or your organization is considering adopting cloud computing to drive digital transformation, here are some basic key steps you can follow. Number one is assessment. You start by evaluating your current IT infrastructure. What are your existing capabilities and where are the gaps? This assessment is going to help you to determine what needs to be migrated to the cloud and what needs to stay on premises. The next one is strategy development. Once you understand your starting point, you develop a clear strategy for cloud adoption. This strategy should include defining objectives, a roadmap, and key performance indicators to measure success. The next one is migration. The migration process can involve different approaches, such as you can rehost, that is, you can lift and shift. You can refactor. You can that means you modify an application for the cloud, because you want to take it to the cloud. You refactor your codes and all that. Then you can rebuild. That is, you can create a cloud native application. You can choose the approach that best fits your needs and resources. Then optimization. After migration, you need to continuously optimize your cloud environment. This includes monitoring performances, managing costs, and ensuring security and compliance. Although cloud computing offers many benefits, but then it's important to be aware of the challenges that comes with it. One of those challenges is security and compliance. Data protection and regulatory compliance are top concerns when moving to the cloud. You need to ensure that your cloud provider offers a robust security measure that and that your organization complies with every relevant regulations. Then skill gap is also one of the challenges in cloud adoption. Cloud adoption often requires new skills and knowledge. Technology in its own is ever evolving. It's always evolving. There's always new things to learn. So organizations need to invest in training for teams. This is very crucial to successfully leveraging cloud technologies. Another challenge is integration with legacy systems. Many organizations still rely on legacy systems that may not be easily integrated with cloud platforms. Developing a clear integration strategy is very essential for a smooth transition into cloud. Another one is cost management. Is a challenge. The pay-as-you-go model is great for flexibility, but then without proper management, costs can spiral out of control. I've heard many instances of people setting up infrastructure. They don't know. They did not factor a lot of things properly, and before they knew it, the price has jumped up. They have consumed too much. So regular monitoring and optimization are key to avoiding unexpected expenses. To ensure a successful cloud transformation, we need to consider some best practices. So let's consider this best practices. Leadership and vision. You ensure that your organization leadership is fully committed to the cloud transformation journey. A clear vision and strong leadership are essential for driving change. Change management, digital transformation is as much about people as it is about technology. So you need to communicate effectively with your teams and involve them in the processes and manage the organization change to minimize resistance. Then cloud governance you need to establish governance policies and frameworks is crucial for managing cloud resources effectively. This includes tools and ensuring compliance with internal and external regulations. Then another one is continuous learning. Like I said before, technology on its own is constantly evolving. So it's the same thing applies to cloud technology. It is constantly evolving. So continuous learning is essential. You need to encourage your teams to stay up to date with the latest development and best practices in cloud computing. So let's quickly wrap up, recap the key. Let's quickly recap the key takeaways from this presentation so far. So if you have been following me, we have said cloud computing is a powerful enabler of digital transformation. It offers scalability, cost, efficiency, and innovation opportunities. Many industries are leveraging the cloud to improve operations, to enhance customer experience and stay positive and competitive. Successfully adopting cloud computing requires careful planning, a clear strategy, and ongoing optimization. So I want you to remember cloud computing is not just about technology, it's about transforming your business for the digital age. Digital transformation is an ongoing journey, and cloud computing is one of the most powerful tools that's at your disposal. I encourage you to continue exploring this topic and consider how it can benefit your organization. Thank you very much. My name is Kolawale Oduremi. Are you with me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir. Well done, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
That's the end of my presentation. I don't know if anybody has a question. If you have any question or contribution, you can raise it.
Afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. So I just wanted to clarify. So, like the cloud computing now is like an algorithm, something like that.
What do you mean by that?
Because you're like saying like when you use a particular thing for a particular time, then your phone keeps on bringing that particular feedback for you. It's not like that what do they call it, AI algorithm.
No. Everything is still under cloud computing. I mean, what I was saying is that there are tools that you make use of in cloud computing that helps this, makes it possible for this kind of things to be possible. You know, it's basically cloud computing, whether you are using AI to do it or you are using a particular tool online to do it. As long as you are doing it online and people are accessing it online, it's still cloud computing. So it's the emergence of cloud computing that made this easy for you to do.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Kolawole, for the incredible presentation. Um, I think we can suspend questions for now, right? So that our question and answer sections will be the last stage, right? Um, right here, we also have James Chuku. James Chuku is also an IT infrastructure and DevOps engineer here in Bincom Dev Center. And he has years of experience working with cloud technology. He has one or two things to tell us about how cloud is transforming the digital space, how businesses are using cloud technology to transform their businesses and all that. So the next person that is going to speak to us briefly will be James Chuku. So James Chuku, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Please kindly confirm you can hear me. Hope you can.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. So my name is James Chuku. I work with Bincom Dev Center as an infrastructure and DevOps engineer. So, thank you very much once again for the introduction. So I'll briefly talk on today's topic. Please permit me. I might not be able to share slides as this notice came some quite a bit late. So, but just permit me, like I said, I will not be able to share slides, but I will just spend a few minutes to talk around this. So, our topic generally is digital transformation with cloud computing, enabling digital transformation with cloud computing. Now, interestingly, our first speaker, Mr. Kolawole, has really been able to, speak a lot on digital transformation. He has spoken quite a lot on cloud computing as well. Indeed, he has dissected the topic. So I'll just share a bit of experiences here and there, and then add a few things to it, and then we'll be good to go. Now, digital transformation. Now, when we talk on digital transformation, now let me speak from this particular perspective. Before I talk about definition of digital transformation and all that, now I'm sure we already know what the word digital means, and we already know what the word transformation means. Now, transformation is turning things, around or turning things into a new thing. Then digital, we already know what digital is. Now, digital transformation is more of you, using digital, to change how things are being done, right? Using, technology to be able to do what? To digital technology to be able to change how things are being done. That's what digital transformation is. Now, bringing it down to business. Then what that means is that digital transformation, right, is we integrating digital technology, right, into business. Do you understand? That's just what it is. Integrating digital technology into all area of our business. Let's take for instance now. If you recall, when it comes to business, I doubt if there's any way business is being done these days without the infusion of technology. There is no way. In fact, I don't know the particular kind of business, that's currently still being done, without any form of, digital integration into it. I don't know any of any kind. Maybe if there is, you could also point that out to me. But when we talk about infusing or integrating digital technology into every area of our businesses. Now, first thing first, these days, now take for instance, look at how the banking sector was working, let's say in the early 2000s, compared to how the banking sector is working now. Digital technology has been integrated into how banking is being done from different areas. Now, I'm sure early 2000, none of us had an ATM card. One, there was no ATM there. Two, right? The usage of ATM, right, is digital technology being infused into the banking sector, right, in order to be able to help ease the means of business and the ease, the way of doing business, and then ease, customer as well, customers handling of funds and all of that. Now, that is one. Now, early 2000, I'm sure there was no ATM card. So If I needed, if you needed the money, if you needed any amount of money, what do? You walk straight into the bank. When you walk straight into the bank, what do? You ask for teller withdrawal slip, right? You sign in you impute whatever amount you wanted to withdraw and all of that, and you get your money and you leave. Now, whether you like it or not, I can assure you that a couple of us on this call may not have stepped into the bank, for the last 1 year to go and do that. In fact, I can't remember the last time I went to the bank, start signing in what's it called, withdrawal slip to be able to withdraw money. Right now, that stress has been eased out, both from the bankers and as for us, the customers as well. Now, that's an example of infusing digital technology into business. That's an example, right? Now, at some point, now this is ATM. At the point, it was almost impossible, right? You couldn't do transfer. In fact, the best I knew then, even way back, there was no transfer, anything as such as transfer. If I want to pay money into your account and I had money into my account, what was I going to do then? I would withdraw first, use the withdrawal slip to withdraw out. When I use withdrawal slip to withdraw out, then I'll take that cash and pay it into your account using a deposit slip to do that. Now, at some point, the transfer, side of it came into being. Banks could do transfer for you. Eventually, metamorphosed into using digital technology, really having what's it called, having your mobile app and being able to transfer money. So I could sit at the comfort of my house and somebody needs 5,000, somebody needs 10,000, and I use my phone to send the money to him, transfer. And that's infusing digital technology into business. Now that is doing what? That is easing the way business is being done, right? And not just that, that's also enhancing customer experience, right? You can imagine if I have to use my for instance, I use Access Bank. If I have to use Access app to transfer money, and somebody needed money quite urgent, and I'm able to transfer it, and the person is able to get the money and do what he wanted to do, or I needed money urgently, somebody transfers money to me, and I got the money easily, and I'm able to do what I want to do with the money. What exactly has happened? He has enhanced customer experience for the person. The person is happy that he has been able to do what he has been able to do what he wanted to do, and even me as a person, I'm equally happy that I've been able to do what I wanted to do. So it has enhanced customer experience. So digital transformation simply means integrating or infusing digital technology into all areas of business. So what that does is that it changes how business is being operated. It changes how values are being delivered to customer. It changes how interactions are being done with stakeholders. These days now, what's it called? You could do a call, right? You could speak to a bank customer agent without having to leave your house, right? When I mean speak, I'm not talking about what's it called? I'm not even talking about calling the customer agent. There are some banks that already have some sort of technology infused in their banking sector, with the usage of AI, where you can actually communicate, with with an agent, with a customer agent, without having to do, all of those stress. So that's digital transformation. Then when we talk about importance of digital transformation, I've already talked about that. I talked about enhancing what customer experience. You're excited, you use the services, you're excited, I use the services, I was excited. So, and I'm excited, you're excited, everybody goes happy, right? Also, one of the importance of this digital transformation is that it improves operational efficiency. Now, when I say operational efficiency, this is what I mean. The bank has reduced the downtime, right? All of those queues. I mean, okay, let's take for instance, let me move away from just that banking this thing. If you wrote jam in the early 2000s, if you wrote WIC in the early 2000 and jam in the early 2000, I'm sure you can relate to what I'm saying. If you could remember then, many years ago, during those early 2000s, right? I'm talking about early 2000. I'm not even talking about the 90s. I'm still talking about early 2000. That if you wanted to buy your WIC form, oh, sorry, GC form. Yeah, let me say GC. If you wanted to buy your GC form or your JAM form, do you know what was happening there? Sometimes it could take you a week to be able to get your GC form. It could take you up to a week to be able to get not just your JAM form. And if you could remember very well, what was happening there? then people would queue. In fact, people would queue. If you remember very well, there was, I think people used to sell those forms then were Wema Bank, Afri Bank, and I think one other bank like that. So you would queue. The queue would be so long. I mean, the queue was always even longer than this petrol queue that you're seeing currently there. People will queue. Sometimes you queue for the whole day. It won't even get to your turn. The following day, you go back. The third day, you go back until it gets to your turn before you're able to buy your GC form. But what exactly has happened? Technology has revolutionized that. Do I need to go and queue in any bank? No. I don't need to do all of that, right? So now that is part of improving operational efficiency. Some of these banks are still selling those forms. I want to believe it's been a longer time I wrote Jam and all of those things, so I can't say for a fact. But I want to believe some of those banks still sell those things. But however, you don't need to do all of that. That stress again. So improving operational efficiency, even for the bank themselves as well. It's easy. All the queue of going there to want to withdraw. In fact, if you go into some banks and they find out that you want to withdraw money, sometimes they ask you, do you have your ATM card with you? If you have your ATM card with you, they will find a way of excusing you out of the queue, right? So you just go use the POS they have in the bank and you go your way. So that is improving operational efficiency. So increase competitiveness. And one of the importance of digital transformation is that it drives innovation and growth. It drives what? Innovation and growth. Take for instance, during the era of BVN, did you know what happened during the era of that BVN? I use Access Bank. To be honest with you, before I was able to, the day when I wanted to do my BVN with Access Bank, it took me time. Like it really took me a whole lot of time. When I got into the bank, the queue was something else. The queue was something else. Some of us would be outside. Eventually, you get inside. Even after getting inside, you know what happened? After filling the form and everything for this thing, they told me that my BVN was going to be ready in 48 hours, which was what happened through the 48 hours. But something happened along the line. Why that was happening? One day, I don't know. I also use GT Bank. So I went to GT Bank now. Then, and I saw on their, I wanted to use their ATM, right? GT Bank's ATM. So I now saw on their ATM that you don't necessarily need to come and queue in the bank, right? To get your BVN or to do it to transfer the BVN or something. But you don't necessarily need to come and queue to get your BVN. That with your ATM card there, slotting it into the ATM machine, you can actually make a request for your BVN. I was so surprised. That was the first time I saw it. And I was so impressed. That was what do you think has happened? That's digital innovation. For them, it has improved their operation. It has removed that bottleneck of people coming to queue inside the bank, right? That is what has happened. So digital transformation drives innovation and what? And growth. It drives innovation and growth. One of the reasons I fell in love with GT Bank was the fact that they were very innovative. I don't know about now. Then they were very, very innovative. So when it comes to technology, they were very, very innovative, right? So even with the multitude of customers they had, they were still very innovative and were always able to scale up, with their resources, the way they were running. So that's part of the importance of digital transformation. Now we'll now talk about the role of cloud computing in digital transformation, right? We'll talk about the role of cloud computing in digital transformation. Now we have talked about digital transformation. We have been able to understand what digital transformation is. Now we must talk about cloud computing. Before we talk about the role of digital transformation in cloud computing, we must understand what cloud computing is first. Now, if you don't understand what cloud computing is, so how then do you want to understand when you're not talking about the role of cloud computing and digital transformation? If you don't understand what cloud computing is, how would you now know the role that cloud computing is playing in digital transformation? Now, when we talk of cloud computing, my first speaker already spoke a lot about cloud computing, so I don't think I'll dwell so much on it, but I'll just speak on one or two things around it. Now, when we say cloud computing, what do we mean? Now, cloud computing is simple. Is delivering computing services over the internet. That's what cloud computing is. So when you hear cloud computing, I'm talking about cloud computing, it's simply what? Delivering computing services over the internet. Delivering what? Computing services over the internet. So cloud computing is using network, of remote servers that are hosted on the internet. Use it to manage, process, your data, right? So cloud computing, like I said, simple. Is just delivering your delivering computing services over the internet. Right, so that's just basically what cloud computing is, right? And when we talk about delivering computing services over the internet, when we say, when we look at things like, your servers, storage, database, software, are provided as a service, right? As a service to users on demand. For instance, many of us here, some of us here already have AWS accounts, some Azure, some GCP. Now, what do you think is happening on that AWS account that you're having? You go there, you go and do what? You provision a server. What do you want to use the server for? Different things. Perhaps maybe you want to use it to deploy an application. Now, if that's what you're doing, what exactly have you done? Now, that is you making use of a computing services. Now, one of those computing services is what's it called? Server, right? One of those computing services is storage. One of those computing services, database. One of those computing services, software, a lot of software applications as such, These are computing services that you are making use of, and you are using them over the internet. You are using them over the internet. The reason is this: if you don't have access to internet, some of us that have AWS accounts, bring out your PC, turn on your PC, and you don't have internet. Would you be able to access your AWS console? The answer is no. You'll not be able to do that, right? But when you have internet, you can go to your AWS console and then you begin to do whatever it is you want to do, right? So that is cloud computing. That is what cloud computing is all about. That is what cloud computing is all about. So now we have understood what digital transformation is. Then now let's now look at what is the role of cloud computing in digital transformation. What is cloud computing doing when it comes to digital transformation? We've been able to see digital transformation. I've given examples of what digital transformation is all about and how it has worked. So we now look at this cloud computing, that these computing services that are being delivered over the internet to users, right? What exactly is the cloud computing doing, when it comes to digital transformation? Now, cloud computing enables digital transformation by providing scalable and flexible infrastructure. Provide what? Scalable and flexible infrastructure. I'm sure we already know that one of the services of cloud computing, or one of the benefits rather, one of the things that you enjoy when it comes to cloud computing is scalability. And what is scalability? Is the ability to do what? To scale your resources up or down. Ability to do what? Scale your resources up or down based on your demand, based on what you want, right? So if I need if currently, if I want to provision, if I know I need a server to be able to deploy, maybe a WordPress app. I want to deploy a WordPress app to a particular server. What do? I go to, for instance, go there, provision my server, do my deployment. If at some point I realize that the server that I provision will not be able to do the job, I need server with the higher resources. What happens? I scale up, right? So that's one of the benefits of cloud computing actually. So when we now see what cloud computing is helping digital transformation to do, is it helps it to be able to provide scalable and flexible infrastructure. Also, cloud computing has helped one of the role cloud computing has played in digital transformation is that it enables or it supports innovation, rapid innovation and deployment. I gave an example of the kind of things that I found out with GT Bank, right? I found out those kind of things with GT Bank. Now, cloud computing, that's one of the things that cloud computing has done when it comes to digital transformation. It helps innovation. It helps innovation, right? So it also helps with data management, and analytics as well, right? So, and it also reduces cloud computing has also helped one of the roles that cloud computing play in digital transformation is that it helps in reducing cost and increasing efficiency. In every example I have given today is a clear case of increasing efficiency. I'm sure we all know that. And then efficiency is simple. You being able to do more within a short period of time. That's what efficiency is. So efficiency is if I'm supposed to use 10 hours to cut down a tree with a cutlass. So if I have a machine that can cut down the tree, right? The machine, all I do to do maybe charge the machine for an hour, put the machine there, and the machine cuts down the tree in just an hour. What exactly has happened? I used only 1 hour to be able to charge the machine, and then I've had the rest of 9 hours to do other things. So that's what efficiency is all about. So one of the roles that cloud computing plays in digital transformation, that it helps in reducing cost and increasing efficiency. Then let me just quickly touch on the benefits of cloud computing. I'm not going to spend much time there. I've talked about scalability and flexibility. Then one of the benefits of cloud computing, cost effectiveness. I'm sure I already talked about reducing costs, pay-per-use model, which I'm sure we all know. You are paying for what you are using, you are not paying for what you are not using. So then collaboration and productivity, improve data, management analytics. Now, cloud computing models. My speaker has spoken about cloud computing model. Let me not go all over that. That's infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. And then he also talked about what's it called? He also talked about the hybrid and multi-cloud strategies as well. So, but cloud computing technologies. Now, let me now talk about the digital transformation. Just a minute. Now, let me now talk about the digital transformation in use cases. Now, let me talk about the digital transformation in use cases. Now, when we talk about digital transformation in use cases, now one of them is migration to cloud native application. Now, I also heard the speaker also talk about that. Now, when we say migration to cloud native application, what exactly do we mean? Now, cloud native applications are those applications, right, are designed specifically for cloud environments, right? That's what we mean by cloud native applications. The applications are designed specifically for cloud environments. And why is that? That is done to be able to do what? To reduce maintenance and operational costs. It also improves scalability and flexibility. So one of them is the Netflix, cloud native architecture. So my speaker, I heard him talking about Netflix. So that means he has spoken about example of how, the role of Netflix, when it comes to cloud native application. So that's one. Now, data analytics and business intelligence. Now, I'm talking about digital transformation in use cases. Now, data analytics and business intelligence. Now, let me say this. I doubt currently. Now, okay, let me also just define this. When we say data analytics and business intelligence involves using data to inform business decisions, right? While data analytics focuses on extracting insight from data. Two things: data analytics and business intelligence. Data analytics focuses on extracting insight from data. Why? Business intelligence, which moves with data analytics, is that involve using data to inform your business decisions. Now, let me tell us this. I don't think currently there's anybody that does business, that does business at a certain level that doesn't involve data with their businesses. Nobody. In fact, these days, if you can't do business without data. If you do any business without data, then I'm sure you are setting up the business to fail. Why have I said so? Now, imagine I want to launch a product. What do I do first? I need to go and gather data. What data am I gathering? There are different kind of data I have to gather. First and foremost, if I'm launching a product, what kind of product do I want to launch? I'm just, whenever I decide the kind of product I want to launch, what am I going to do? Who are going to consume this product? That's number one. Number two, the people that are going to consume this product, where can I find them? That's the second thing that I have to think of. The people that are going to consume this product, where can I find them? The third one, if I am able to know where, how can I reach them? It is one thing to be able to find where they are. It's another thing to be able to reach them. So how do I reach them? Now, all these things are data that I will need, right? That's now what we're saying now. We're talking about this in digital transformation and how cloud computing is infused into digital transformation, which has helped us far, right? Now, when I gather all this data, I have to still extract insights, serious insights from those data. What do I mean by serious insights? Take, for instance, I gather if I'm able to do my own analysis and I realize that, okay, the people that can afford my products, right, they live on the island. I'm just using that as an example. That's if you stay in Lagos, I'm sure you know about, you know island. Now, let's say people that can afford, 80% of people that can afford my products stay on the island. That's one. Two, I will need to get an insight on, okay, since 80% of people that can afford my product, they stay on the island. Now, another insight again is, where on the island do they stay? Number one, is it Lekki? Lekki phase one? Is it Ikate? Is it Agungi? Is that where they stay? Right? I have to look at that. Okay, in gathering more insights, then I will know, okay, 40 or let's say 40% of them stays between Lekki phase one and Agungi. Now, further insights will reveal to me that, okay, maybe just 10% of them or 20% of them stays within Aja and Shangotedu, right? Now, then maybe the remaining 20% stays further down to Ibejuleki. Now, this is me gathering further insights based on the product I am selling or product I'm trying to launch. What exactly am I saying? Data analytics and business intelligence. These are some of the things that now when we give examples of data analytics and business intelligence, we'll talk about Google Analytics for web analytics. Like I said, you can't do any form of business without gathering data. And interestingly, it is now easy. You might not need to go all out. I don't necessarily need to go to the island now. Maybe you start working all the whole of Lekki. Start trying to be able to get analysis of people who can afford my products. That I can get, with Google Analytics, I could analyze, them. I could analyze the people who can afford my products. Simple. Now, I'm sure, let me use Facebook as an example. Many people advertise on Facebook. Isn't that so? Many people advertise on Facebook. And I'm sure we all know Facebook is also one of those things, one of those digital transformation driven by cloud computing. It's also one of those digital transformation driven by cloud computing. Now, people sell products online more than they sell offline. With the exception of maybe people selling pepper. I don't know about that one. People selling fresh pepper and all that. I don't know. But other kinds of businesses, shoes, clothes, accessories, phones, and all those things, they sell more over the internet than they do here. That is part of what cloud computing has done to revolutionize digital transformation. That's part of the role that cloud computing has done. Now, if you must do, okay, for instance, if I want to advertise a product on Facebook, now I'm sure gone are the days that I will just come to my timeline and just post my products and start saying, if I do that, what will happen? I'm only limiting the product to the number of people who are my friends, right? Or maybe by extension, people who are mutual friends to be able to see my product. But what if the people who want to see my product are just people who cannot afford it? My friends are like me that cannot afford the product. What happens? But now Facebook now introduced something called I think it's Ads Manager or so, where you can specifically advertise your product and not just advertise it, but advertise it to a targeted audience. Targeted audience. What do you think happens with that targeted audience? Analysis has gone down the play. So there's analysis that has helped you to be able to analyze the people who can afford your product and where they are. Right. So that's data analytics and business intelligence. I'm running off now. Now, Internet of Things and edge computing. Internet of Things talks basically on physical devices connected to the internet, while edge computing is processing data to its source, reducing latency. Now, some benefits of these, real-time data processing, improve device efficiency, enhance security, and examples of Internet of Things, your smart home devices, your smart TVs, your smart wristwatch, and all of that. And I'll stop in the next 2 minutes or thereabouts. Now, when talking about part of the things that cloud computing, part of the roles cloud computing has infused in digital transformation, cybersecurity. Cybersecurity. Now, cybersecurity, I'm sure we know, is protecting me and you. against cyber threats. It's protecting you and I against cyber threats, right? Now, so now, and we all know that one of the benefits of this cybersecurity is what it helps us to be able to reduce, cyber attack and protect our sensitive data. And one of those examples, or one of those things that forms as an example, are encryption technologies, your SSL, your TLS, encryption technologies that can help you do what? Encrypt your data. It helps you to encrypt your data that no one can have access to it, except the person has the keys to decrypt it. The person doesn't have the keys to decrypt it, he cannot have access to your data, right? So encryption technologies are part of those things that has helped you. That's part of what part of the role that cloud computing has played in digital transformation, where I can encrypt my data. You cannot have access to it. Nobody else can have access to it except someone who can actually decrypt it. And then last but not the least, when it comes to that, customer experience and engagement. I think I already talked about customer experience when it comes to digital transformation. I already talked about interaction between customers and organizations where they have set up some kind of smart way of communicating where you can communicate your complaints and then you get feedback and then you get customer satisfaction. So basically that should be it for me. Thank you very much, everyone.
Well, thank you very much, Jimmy. That is insightful. Thank you for even these examples that you actually mentioned. That's interesting. Thank you, Kolawole. So I believe we are actually learning because they actually exposed us to something new, right? The concept itself, digital transformation, is not just a buzz, right? It's not just a buzzword. It's a process that every organization have to take to integrate digital technology into the areas of their business, right? So there is a whole lot going on in that space at the moment, and James has really done well with it. You can see how many of us know Kuda Bank, know
Yes, fintech.
know Kuda Bank, you know all those fintechs and all that.
Yeah, that's another.
They just came in. Yeah, they
massive
just came in a space of 3 years or 4 years, and then overtook
a lot of commercial banks. So
a lot of commercial, like Kuda Bank
Money
alone.
Point.
Yeah, Money Point. Yeah, Kuda Bank,
God.
Money Point, and all that. They came and overtook the big boys, the likes of Zenith and the likes that have been in the game for too long, for so many years. They came and then overtook them. Why? The leverage on this cloud technology. Remember when you used to send money and you've not gotten a lot, and then you people will be arguing with it. So cloud technology have come in that space that when you transfer money from from within from fintech to other